I'm Miranda. As usual, this is pre-coffee. These are my first thoughts in the morning, so be very forgiving. I'm going to share with you some audio I captured ages ago. I had the honor of listening to a group who are in recovery share their stories, and with their permission, I was allowed to capture this one, share it with you. It's my sincere hope that as you hear him detail his descent into alcoholism and his climb back out into recovery, you'll get a deeper understanding of the lived experiences of those in recovery.
I can identify with that, what you were talking there about the using from your own personal experience. You know, I started drinking at 16 and it became a habit, and that's all it was. But I lost two of my children between the ages of 20, I was 23 and 25 at the time. And at that time, this was way back in the 80s, there were no counselling, and there was nobody to talk to you about this.
All right. Bereavement counselling, you said it wasn't available for you.
There was nothing available. There was no. It was just brushed onto the carpet. My two children died at birth. They were my two children. I didn't carry them, but they were there for. I was waiting on them for 9 months to arrive into the world, and I found the pain of that unbearable, and a bottle of brandy took away the pain for a while. For a while today, for a while tomorrow, for a while. It stopped being a habit then. It became a necessity. And that's where my addiction, I think, really kicked off. I could have stopped drinking any time before that, if I don't wanted to, but I didn't.
So you're saying that you were in grief and that you self-medicated,
yeah,
and because you had no other alternative that you knew of.
Well, I didn't think. I didn't wake up one of them mornings to say I'm going to become an alcoholic.
Of course not.
You know, 15 years later, it crept in until I had to lift a drink every morning just to get out of bed, because the addiction was there and I didn't see it. For years as an addiction, I didn't see it. I didn't think I was hooked on it, but when I tried to stop it.
What caused you to want to stop?
The pain that alcohol was causing me. The pain that alcohol was causing my family. In 1989, I started my recovery first, and I knew about none of these things. I didn't know about the pain. I was taking drink. Like, how could it affect my family? But yet, each one of us affects from 4 to 14 people around us in our circle.
But can you speak to how it affected your family? Like, in what ways? Can you give me an example?
The simplest way I can tell you, I was taking my alcohol, and they weren't having food to eat, having no coal for the fire, having no heating, having no money to pay bills. I was pushing them away, and they did go away, and they never come back again because of my addiction. And my addiction turned me into a different person than I am today. It turned me into a different person than I was then, because I suffered the split personality of a Jekyll and Hyde character. I was one person when I was sober. I was a different person when I took 2 or 3 drinks, and I didn't like the other person very much, or neither did they.
And so you said earlier that you chose to enter recovery because the devastation of alcohol on your life, was that greater than the devastation of the grief that you had previously?
It was. It fixed the thing for momentarily. The only way I could fix the drink was to stop it.
And can you tell me briefly what it was like for you when you made the decision to go into recovery?
It was hard, because I needed drink tomorrow. I needed drink for the holidays. I needed drink for Christmas. Christmas holidays and all these other holidays were coming up, on birthdays, and I didn't know how I was going to, because remember, I couldn't get out of bed in the morning without it. I actually had a bottle at the side of my bed so that I could stop shaking enough to get going. The job I done was highly skilled, and it required that you didn't have a shake in your hand, or that you could sit in front of a TV camera for half an hour or an hour, and different things like that. And tours coming in every day, standing behind you, maybe 25 tourists at a time. And I went through all my addiction doing that.
So you were at work, you were functioning alcoholic.
I was a functioning alcoholic. I had 2 cars in the street, I had a nice house, you know. Well, there was minus a wife and there was minus a son because of my addiction, but
that's very interesting,
that
because
was a minor problem.
We were speaking earlier about how the picture of addiction that most people have is not necessarily accurate. And your picture is very, very is very accurate. You were a functioning alcoholic. You had a job. You maintained a home, but you couldn't maintain your family due to the alcoholism.
I was only hanging on to my home and my job because it was good enough to make money.
Yeah.
To pay for it. Addiction is not a life choice. You know, nobody chooses to be addicted. It's the worst form of hell that I can. You know, if I go to hell, I know what it's like when I die. I've been in it when I was alive. You know, and I don't wish to go back there. So I do certain little things to help me recovery, like being here, doing meetings. I do a meeting every day. Sometimes I do 2 a day. I'm a long time in recovery, but length of recovery doesn't mean strength of sobriety.
How long have you been in recovery?
27 years, coming up at the end of this month. And
you're telling me that you have to work at that every day?
Yes.
To maintain.
I need to work harder at it today than I did the first day.
Why?
Because it's, you know, it's I'm still addicted. Addiction doesn't die. I've learned little tips, and I've learned a lot of stuff about myself. I've learned a lot of stuff about my disease, but I learned all that before, and I stepped away from my meetings and from coming. Well, this wasn't here at the time. I stopped going to meetings. I stopped contacting the people that I used to be with. For after 8 years, I started drinking again because I stopped all that. So this is it's a maintenance thing I do now.
Yes.
I need to continue. I need to hear new stuff every day about my spiritual life and about my addiction life, and I need to hear other people. I learn from other people. I don't learn anything from me. I learn from other people.
You're saying that you need the support and the relatability of people who've gone through what you've gone through.
Yeah, that's what the groups do. That's what they're there for, and they work wonderfully if you go to them.
I think that's brilliant. I don't want to skip over the fact when you were talking about maintenance. I don't want to skip over maintenance. I think that anything you do in your life that is important to you, you maintain.
Yeah.
If your health is important to you, you maintain your health. If your skin is important to you, you take care of your skin.
Yeah.
If your sobriety is important to you, you maintain your sobriety.
Yeah.
And
it also helps me big time with my mental health.
Yes.
And all my other health, because if I was drinking still, I would be dead. I was told in 1998 that if I continued drinking, I would live for about 3 months at that stage.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that with me. Yeah, it's brilliant. And you're going to help a lot of people.
I hope so. That's what I'm here for.
This story gets me every time I hear it. I hope it's broadened your understanding, and I really hope it's giving you some empathy. I have a series of videos and audio that I either didn't release or I released in a limited fashion. I think I'm going to start sharing it with you because I think it's beneficial for everybody. Anyway, as usual, I hope this helps. Chat to you soon. Bye.